She literally launders her money in her dryer.
Gross.
NBC's Good Girls is one of the most entertaining and drama-packed series on air these days, but Season 3's abrupt ending and crazy storylines have gotten us all begging for more. Now that NBC's confirmed a return date for Season 4, we've got all the latest info on the hottest crime comedy drama. The Good Girls Season 4 will change everything, and we're here to tell you why. But before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to never miss out on any of our posts. Good Girls Season 4 is set to premiere on NBC March 7th, 2021. Wow, so exciting, right? That's right. After the announcement on March 15th, 2020, that the show would be renewed for a 4th season, NBC has recently announced that Good Girls will premiere on March 7th, 2021, in their Saturday 10 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, 9 p.m. Central Time Zone slot. We know it's incredible having something so close yet so far away. But when will it come out on Netflix? Good Girls definitely has a pretty big audience on Netflix, but those watching it on the streaming service will most likely have to wait a bit longer. Season 3 of Good Girls came out on Netflix exactly 1 year after its premiere date on TV, so if Season 4 follows this pattern, we'll be looking at March 7th, 2022 Netflix release date. But Season 1 and 2 did both drop on the January 1st following its NBC premiere date, so Season 4 may come out on January 1st, 2022. Either way, most likely Season 4 of Good Girls will come out in early 2022. The original cast is all coming back with an addition. It's always a good sign when a show sticks to the original cast for a new season. In this case, almost everyone is confirmed to be coming back. First off, we've got the 3 main Michigan mothers all returning. Christina Hendricks will continue starring as Elizabeth Beth Boland, the mother of 4 and unofficial leader of the crime group. Next, Retta will be returning as Ruby Hill, who is Beth's best friend, and Mae Whitman will be coming back as Annie Marks, Beth's younger sister. The rest of the main cast will also be returning. Reno Wilson as Stanley Hill, Manny Montana as Christopher, and Matthew Lillard as Dean Boland. We also have some very important recurring characters coming back for Season 4. We've got James Leisure coming back as FBI agent Jimmy Turner, David Hornsby as Leslie Boomer Peterson, June Squibb as Marion Peterson, Allison Tolman as Mary Pat, Rob Heaps as Dr. Josh Cohen, Charlene Yee as Lucy, Jackie Cruz as Ray, and Sally Pressman as Nancy. Lauren Lepkus will also be returning as Agent Phoebe Donegan, who's going to play a pretty big role as the finale of Season 3 led on. We've also got a very interesting confirmed new cast member of Season 4. Jonathan Silverman, known for his roles in comedy movies, Brighton Beach Memoirs, and Weekend at Bernie's, will be joining the show as Dave. Who's Dave, you're probably wondering? Well, you might remember in Season 3 when Dave was mentioned as the boss of the 2 unknown agents in the hotel. According to an exclusive with Deadline, Silverman will play Dave, a pencil pusher for the Secret Service, who has found purpose again in the field. What are your thoughts on this new addition? What role do you think Dave will play in Season 4? Tell us in the comments. Season 4 of Good Girls will pick up right where Season 3 left off, and it's going to be good. All of the past seasons have started with a brief time jump with flashbacks and took a while for us to figure out everything that had been going on. While it definitely has been intriguing to find out what's happened with the cliffhanger Season 3 left us on, we all want to resume from right where the finale left us. Well, due to the global health situation related production shutdowns in 2020, Good Girl Season 3 ended 5 episodes early and ended up being 11 episodes long instead of the intended 15. You probably noticed how hurriedly the season ended, with so much up in the air. Because of all this, Season 4 will pick up right where Season 3 left off, and with the same actors and actresses, this should be pretty easy. It's also great news for fans, as they won't have to worry about a drop in quality or a drastic change, and can directly see what the cliffhanger will lead to. In an interview with TV Insider, showrunner Jenna Bans and executive producer Bill Krebs discussed Season 3 and what might happen in Season 4. While they were disappointed that the season had to end early that way, they were very optimistic about Season 4. I would say the beginning of a Season 4, there would be much to look forward to, because it's completely unexpected and also really satisfying in terms of what the fans love about the show. There would still be some things the fans really want to see happen, which is fun, but they'd happen in a way that will be surprising and sort of unpredictable. Whoa! Coming up next, we'll talk about what exactly just might happen. FBI agent Phoebe Donegan is going to play a huge part and make some big changes in Season 4. Okay, so as we just discussed, Season 4 is going to jump right back in from where they left off with the same cast. But where exactly did they leave off? Well, fans of the show don't have to think long and hard about that. In fact, it's hard to not consistently think about it. Season 3 left off with Agent Phoebe Donegan, the agent who figured out about the nail polish, becoming suspicious about Ruby's knowledge in counterfeit cash. So, at the nail salon, Phoebe snatches Ruby's phone to take back to her partner. While it isn't revealed what Phoebe finds out through the phone, it's clear she knows something from her knowingly cunning question about the celebration the three women were having at the end of the episode. This cliffhanger left us all tortured for answers, and from the comments the producers had about the upcoming season, we know that Season 3 is going to give us those answers. Of course, the first question we have is, what did Phoebe find out? And while we don't know now, it's evident that she at least knows about some of the trio's crimes. After all, there'd be no story to tell if she didn't really find anything out, and the cues from the show have also proved otherwise. So now the question is, what is Phoebe going to do about her newfound info? For that question, we can turn to an interview with the showrunner and executive producer with TV Insider. While the season finale was always going to end with Phoebe discovering some possibly incriminating information, the episodes leading up to this were going to expand on Phoebe's character and her relationship with the Good Girls gang. I think that's probably one of the biggest disappointments that we didn't get to fully flesh out that storyline. That was going to be a big character arc going forward in the next 5 episodes. She's very different from Agent Turner. She becomes almost a frenemy of Beth's, says showrunner Jenna Bans. From this quote, we can gather how the writers and producers behind Good Girls planned to use Phoebe in the series. With Agent Jimmy Turner out of the picture, Phoebe was designed to replace him as a threat to Beth, Annie, and Ruby from the authorities. But from what we can see, Phoebe is much more perceptive and offers a new perspective, giving reason for her to be viewed as a larger threat. But with the news that the showrunner wanted to play out a bond Phoebe forms with Beth, and because they plan to use the same idea that they had because they were planning to use some of the scenes previously filmed, it's unlikely she'd go straight to the FBI with the information. So what will Phoebe do? Despite her potential bond with the girls, she's far from friends with them, so she's got to do something. Because of all these complex bits, we're sure that Phoebe's discussion and what arises from it will be far more interesting and creative. Beth and Rio's turbulent relationship will go all out. Another thing fans are crazy about is how the storyline between Beth and Rio will play out. If you recall in the Season 3 finale, Beth and Rio ended things on a pretty rough note. Beth and Dean had been planning to take Rio down, and Beth had even hired a hitman to take Rio out. When Beth asks Rio when she'll be able to take control over her own business, he responds by telling her she should have shot him when she had the opportunity to. So, in Season 4, will Beth end up killing Rio or having him killed? The executives of the show say that it's a very real possibility since the three women have been desperately trying to get their lives in order, and Rio stands in the way of that. But the heads of Good Girls have also expressed attachment to Rio. Jenna Bans told TV Insider, "Yeah, at the same time, he's obviously one of our favorite parts of the show. Either way, Rio's going to be heavily involved in the upcoming season, whether he lives or dies." And we were going some really sort of interesting, juicy ways with that in the last 5 episodes. So regardless of what happens, I don't think we've seen the last of him. Some things are staying consistent. In this highly entertaining, drama-packed show, we never really know what's going to happen. Despite this, we know some things are going to stay pretty consistent. For instance, the despised Boomer is going to be staying on, and he probably can't be killed. Originally, Boomer was intended to be killed, but with David Hornsby's performance, they just couldn't throw him away. Now, they still have future plans with his character. In the interview with TV Insider, Bans, yeah, he's a weed. Krebs, they can't get rid of him if they tried. For some more positive conspiracy on the show, Ruby and Stan's relationship is here to stay. While they've had some turmoil over the past season, many of their issues were resolved in Season 3, even after Stans learns of Ruby's crimes, and decides to continue moving forward together. They're one of our favorite couples, and we are always talking in the writer's room about how it's a marriage we all aspire to, and we all sort of want. So I don't think Bill and I really have an interest in permanently breaking them up, says Jenna Bans to TV Insider. It sure is a relief that we know one of the three women are in a healthy relationship. Now that about wraps up the video. We hope you've learned something new about the upcoming season and are as pumped for it as we are. Leave your theories in the comments and tell us your thoughts on the video. Thanks for watching.